The Great Forest Adventure. The morning sun painted the sky with shades of gold as it peeked through the towering trees of whispering woods. Birds chirped their cheerful songs, and the air smelled of fresh pine and morning dew. By the crystal lake, a group of animal friends played together, their laughter echoing through the forest. Suddenly, "Whoa!" cried Max the monkey as he tumbled over a hidden tree root and landed in a pile of crunchy leaves. But instead of getting up, his eyes sparkled with excitement. "What is it, Max?" Ruby the rabbit asked, twitching her little pink nose. Max lifted a dusty, rolled-up parchment. "Look what I found!" The others gathered around as Ellie the elephant carefully unrolled it with her trunk. Leo the lion, the bravest of them all, narrowed his golden eyes as he studied it. "It's a map," he rumbled. "A treasure map." Benny the bear gasped. Luna the fox tilted her head, tracing a paw over the faded lines. "It leads to the Golden Acorn," she murmured. At those words, everyone fell silent. The Golden Acorn was a legendary treasure said to bring happiness and good fortune to anyone who found it. "But the journey won't be easy," Ellie said, pointing at the map. "We have to cross Thunder River, make it through the Mystic Cave, and climb the sky-high tree." Max grinned and flipped onto his hands. "Sounds like fun." Leo stood tall, his tail flicking with determination. "Then let's go on an adventure." And with that, the animals set off, unaware that this would be the greatest journey of their lives. The roaring waters of Thunder River. Not long after they left, the adventurers arrived at Thunder River. The waters crashed against rocks, swirling in a dangerous current. A fallen log stretched across, but it looked old and weak. "I can jump across," Ruby announced. She crouched low and, in one powerful leap, soared over the rushing river, landing safely on the other side. But what about the rest of us?" Tilly the tortoise asked, eyeing the river nervously. Max, ever the thinker, looked up at the trees. "I have an idea." He swung from branch to branch, tying strong vines together. Soon he had made a sturdy rope bridge. One by one the animals crossed. But when Benny stepped onto the bridge, it creaked dangerously. "Hold on, Benny," Leo called. He braced himself and held the vines steady with all his strength. With careful steps, Benny made it across. "Phew," he sighed, wiping his furry brow. "Shh, that was close." "Nice thinking, Max," Luna said. Max puffed out his chest. "I have my moments." Together, the friends continued toward their next challenge. The darkness of Mystic Cave. The entrance to Mystic Cave loomed before them, dark and mysterious. A chilly wind whispered through the rocks, sending shivers down their spines. "Spooky," Ruby whispered. Benny gulped. "Do we really have to go in?" Luna, always thinking ahead, pointed to glowing mushrooms along the cave walls. "Ellie, can you pick some?" Ellie used her trunk to gather the glowing fungi, their soft blue light illuminating the path. The group stepped carefully inside. Shadows danced on the walls, and strange echoes filled the air. Then, a deep rumbling growl. Everyone froze. Two glowing eyes appeared in the darkness. "A ghost?" Benny stammered. A large figure emerged. It was not a ghost, but Orion the owl, guardian of the cave. His feathers were as dark as midnight, and his golden eyes gleamed with wisdom. "To pass through my cave," he hooted, "you must answer a riddle." The friends exchanged nervous glances. "What's the riddle?" Luna asked. Orion's voice echoed through the cave. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I am invisible, yet I am always near. What am I?" The cave fell silent. Max scratched his head. Benny rubbed his chin. Ellie looked deep in thought. Then, Tilly the tortoise smiled. An echo! Orion fluffed his feathers. Clever one, he said, stepping aside. You may pass. The animals cheered and hurried through the rest of the cave. The climb to the Golden Acorn, finally, the friends stood before the tallest tree they had ever seen, the sky-high tree. Its trunk stretched so high into the clouds that they could barely see the top. The Golden Acorn is up there, Leo said, looking up. But how do we get it? Max cracked his knuckles. Leave it to me. He scrambled up the trunk, climbing higher and higher. But halfway up, his foot slipped. Max! Ellie cried. Ellie quickly lifted her trunk, just in time to catch Max before he fell. Phew, Max said. Thanks, Ellie. Luna thought for a moment. Benny, if you lift Ellie up, maybe she can boost Max. Benny crouched down, and Ellie carefully climbed onto his back. Now higher, she used her trunk to help Max grab the branch. With one final swing, Max reached the top. There, sitting in a nest of golden leaves, was the Golden Acorn. It shimmered like sunlight, filling Max with warmth. Carefully, he picked it up and climbed back down. The moment his feet touched the ground, a golden light spread across the entire forest. The trees looked greener, the river sparkled, and the whole world seemed happier. We did it! Ruby cheered. Orion the owl landed before them. You have proven that bravery, kindness, and teamwork are the greatest treasures of all, he said. Because of your friendship, the Golden Acorn will bless this forest forever. The animals beamed with pride. As they walked back home, the adventure behind them, they knew one thing for sure. This had been their greatest journey yet. But it wouldn't be their last. The end.